Hi guys, and welcome to a new video on Sonal's life. So for the past few weeks, I did a video on factions last week because not really much has been going on in the New Japan world. We are currently on the Destruction tour, so we've had a few Road 2 shows. Nothing big or significant has really happened. But today, so September 24th was the first big show. It was the Destruction in Kobe tour. I was going to say Beppu, but I think that's the next one. So it was, I think, a fairly decent show. We had some alright tag matches, some very good big matches towards the end of the card, and one that I really want to forget, but we'll get to that when it happens. So I'm going to go through all the matches on the card, the results, what happened, and also what is going to happen going forward, because there was a lot of things that have been cemented, some big changes that will probably have an impact on the next few shows. So yeah, let's just get started, and we'll have to try and make sure the positives outweigh that one negative. So we start off with, basically, it's a New Japan show, it is some tag matches. So a lot of them had implications for matches going forward. So the first one was between the IWGP Junior Tag Champions, so that is Drilla Maloney and Clark Connors of Bullet Club versus Hontai's Kevin Knight and Tiger Masks. Now, Kevin Knight pinned one of, I think it was Drilla, at a show, so he's obviously cemented himself for a title shot with, I assume, tag team partner Kushida, who could not be here. It was a fine match, like a really good way to start. Obviously Tiger Mask got the pin, no matter how salty he is being. But yeah, it was just a nice way to start. Tiger Mask got pinned. The Bullet Club team are still being very dominant, and I think despite being very new, they are working very well together, so it'll be worth keeping an eye on that. The second match, we'll probably link into many of my grievances later in the card. So there was the members of Just 5 Guys, so Taka Michinoku, Sanada and Doki, my boys, facing Bullet Club House of Torches, Evil, Dick Togo and Yujiro Takahashi, who thought it'd be fun to wear a crop top. Now, the match, I couldn't tell you really what happened. It was a bit of shit, to be fair. Taka Michinoku is now in the record books that he got a win. I think I blinked, so I don't actually know how it happened, but that's the thing. This will be a sentiment throughout, especially when it comes to the match, that I'm just not happy with. House of Torture needs to go. There is literally no reason for them at the moment. They are ruining very good shows. They are literally the worst part of the New Japan product now, which is a problem because at the moment, in the upcoming months, they are the biggest part of it. So yeah, nothing really happened in that match. I don't watch it really. You're not going to miss anything. We then had a 10-man match, so it was GOD, so Jado, El Fantasma, Hikuleo, Tangaloa, and Tamatonga, facing Gato, Gabe Kidd, Alex Coughlin, Chase Owens, and David Finney of the Bullet Club. Now, this is obviously leading up to some big title matches, so we have a odd special singles match between Tangaloa and Chase Owens. Then Tama is going after Finley's Never title, and then Hikuleo and ELP, very random team, are going after the strong Never titles that are held by Alex Coughlin and Gabe Kidd. I had to look down there because I forgot Alex Coughlin's name for a minute. Again, another fine 10-man match. I'm trying to think who got the loss. I think Gato got pinned. Gato got pinned by Tamatonga. It was really nice to see the interactions. And what I love is that ELP has found a home now. It might seem weird, but ELP and GOD work perfectly together. And you know what? The Bullet Club team are actually really good at the moment. Like, obviously, we're not counting the House of Torture members, but David Finley is getting a team that is stronger and stronger. So I really appreciate it, and I'm excited for some of the matches, especially like Tamatonga and versus Finley, because they are two very athletic people. So yeah, we're going to keep an eye on that. But it was just a nice warm-up for those. We then had a warm-up for, I think it is the Beppu show, so the one in October. There's a triple threat, so it is Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Leo Rush challenging Hiromu Takahashi for the IWGP Junior titles. So this was a tag match between Bushi and Hiromu versus Leo Rush, who is back in Japan, and Gio. Again, one of the better tag matches on the card. They're four amazing wrestlers. Like, okay, Bushi continued his role as the electrician and got pinned, but I really liked the interactions even before the match started. So Leo Rush came out very cocky. Bushi made his entrance first, but Hiromu, as soon as his name was called, ran and made to the ring. The styles between these four juniors showcase just how good the division is, and I think they deserve a lot more love than they actually get. Yo is doing really well. I don't know whether, because obviously Leo Rush has got quite a heelish streak to himself while this Hiromu feud is going on, whether it's kind of leading to maybe a change of personality for Yo, who we've seen has been using a bit more of an edgier style, which could maybe link into a change coming for Chaos. I don't know, I'm not predicting anything. But yeah, it was a really nice match. I'm really looking forward to the triple threat. Like, normally multi-man matches like this don't work in New Japan except for the junior division. So this is going to be great. And also the fact that Speed 1 Mike Bailey is challenging, phenomenal. We then had another really good tag match. So it was Tomohiro Ishii and Kazuchika Okada. So never 6-man titles with Tanahashi, who was on commentary with Yano. And they faced TMDK Zack Sabre Jr., so the New Japan Television Championship, and Bad Dude Tito. I don't know why I want to keep saying Bad Guy Tito. I think it's like the Bang Bang Gang. I want to say Bang Bang Squad. But yeah, a really good match between 4 amazing wrestlers. Japan, they are loving Bad Dude Tito. And so do I. I saw him at Royal Quest 2, and he's phenomenal. So this was a really good match. There was really nice interactions between Ishii and Zack, and nice interactions between Okada and Tito. And what I love is that in the end, Zack pinned Ishii, which I think is a bit of a shocker because we thought Tito would get pinned. But what I hope is that after the Never 6-man titles are defended against Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, someone else, I can't remember, that TMDK will challenge for the Never titles. Because I think teams like Zack, Tito, and then maybe even Robbie Eagles or Fujita would be a really good next challenger for that. And we need new ones. Because I think, considering Okada, like, seemingly forgets he has that belt sometimes. But yeah, that was a really good match. The next one, it was the first of the title matches. It was Taichi, the King of Pro Wrestling champion, versus Sho. Stipulation was that the members were all handcuffed together. I'm not really going to talk about the match itself because it was actually horrific. Like, it started off well. Like, I was like, okay, there's hope. They've been handcuffed. Red Shoes Uno had the key. The members were working really well with the handcuffs. So poor Abe had to be sacrificed so Sanada could stop Evil getting involved. But it very quickly went downhill. So I'm not going to actually talk about the match. I'm just going to talk about why I'm heartbroken. Like, I'll find something in a bit, like, that why I'm so heartbroken. So basically, shit was going down. Yoshinobu Kanemaru came back. So I was like, yeah, Uncle Nobu is back. Uncle Nobu is back. Got in the ring, got the whiskey. He spit the whiskey at Taichi. Uncle Nobu took off his Just 5 Guys t-shirt and he's now a member of House of Torture. What are you doing, New Japan? So I went from being very excited that Uncle Nobu was back after seemingly his very serious injury that I was like praying for him. I was like, guys, let's hope Uncle Nobu gets better. Yeah, I think it was probably at work, okay? So then that happened. So then obviously Sho won the title and then Nobu was like beating up his members. And you know what I'm going to say? And I'm going to show you this. If you follow me on social media, you should follow me at wrestling_chat. You'll know that I am like a massive, I like doing artwork, especially wrestling artwork. And so I have been making a line of New Japan light sticks, which I was nearly finished. So I was going to show it to everyone. And one of my pride and joys was this. If you can see, yeah, it was my version of a Just 5 Guys light stick. Okay, it had the Just 5 Guys logo and everything. Well, Uncle Nobu had to go and ruin it, didn't he? He betrayed his best friend and drinking partner and YouTube guest, Taichi. His poor, like, mentee, so Doki looked up to Kanemaru, like they were tag team partners, he was like a mentor. And what upsets me, so Chris Charlton said it, he is basically everyone, the wrestler's wrestler. He's an amazing athlete. And what I'm worried about, just like this happened with Sho, who I can't believe, like, it's 2023 and I'm upset he's got a title, which is like a few years ago I would have been over the moon. We're not going to see Kanemaru wrestling as good as he is. Yes, he is in his late 40s, but he has always been the most consistent and I guess phenomenal wrestler in New Japan. And now he's moving to House of Torture. No way they're going to let him keep that. I mean, it makes sense. I think we technically needed another junior so I can see Sho and Kanemaru teaming up for Tag League. But you can't tell me now that Doki's got no partner. But I say this. So as soon as like I was all crying about maybe having to change my design to Just 4 Guys, I had a brain blast. Okay? Sorry, that's a 17 reference if anyone knows. But basically, in Ring of Honor, is it Ring of Honor? Or Impact? Wherever Uemura is at the moment, he, I think, got kicked out in some sort of match. So Uemura could, and this is just a prediction, and I had this and people seem to agree, Uemura could easily come back before the next big show or at the next big show, actually, he should do that, when there is Sanada versus Evil for the titles, because now House of Torture at advantage in numbers and talent. Uemura could come back and be the Just 5 guys. That's the only way I can forgive them for getting rid of he's not even Uncle Nobu anymore, getting rid of Yoshinobu Kanemaru, is by bringing Uemura home and bringing him into Just 5 guys. Yeah, it was actually the worst match on the card. I kind of just want to forget about it, and I really hate that. Taichi's had an amazing King of Pro Wrestling reign, and it's been tainted now by how he has lost it. Luckily, the next 4 matches were much better. So we had, the next match was the IWGP Tag Titles. So it was Bishamon, so Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto facing TMDKs, Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste. Proving why, if you have a list of tag teams, Bishamon has to be near the top. This was another phenomenal match. They had a really good one at the start of the year, and this was just as good. The 4 men have got completely different styles, but they have this chemistry with each other. So TMDK, years these two have been working together. Similarly, while Bishamon have only been Bishamon for about 3 years, they have been members of Chaos together for much longer, and you could see their determination in the ring. They knew that compared to even like a special singles match, they were much lower in the card than they should have been, but they made the most of it, and they really did shine. And it'd be interesting to see now who challenges Bishamon, because I know Chris Charlton said really it's only Aussie Open, but with their AEW contract, will that allow them to do World Tag League? Also, is there going to be something in between now or World Tag League? And also, the big thing is that whoever beats Bishamon will be the big 100th champion, which is a big thing. So that's going to be interesting to see. Another great match. We then had a phenomenal bout between Shingo Takagi and Great Okan. It was a special singles match. For anyone who's been watching the Road 2 shows, so Okan basically tried to invite Shingo to Empire. Didn't work, so it led to this singles match. Wow. So we know that Okan can sometimes be a little cocky, but he really put his entire heart and soul into this match. There was so much heart, passion and soul between them, and these two guys are very similar. While maybe Shingo was a bit more athletic, they've both got the same charisma, but also power and strength in the ring. So they really had this very quick-paced match that continued and had emotions, really good wrestling matches. I was sad that Okan lost, because I really think Okan needs this big win to be on the same level as the 3 Reiwa Musketeers. Because remember, Okan is actually a senpai to those 3. Yeah, because he went on excursion, so he's like the middle ground. So we just had Sho, Yo, Jay, Finlay, and then we had Uemura, Tsuji, Shota, and Narita, and then in the middle, we then had Hanare, Wato, and Okan. I think Okan will get that big win, but this match cemented he can put on amazing matches, so fingers crossed. We then had it was meant to be another special singles match. It's between Tetsuya Naito and Jeff Cobb, but it ended up being for the contract for the right to wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom, and obviously Naito had his cute little tote bag. Again, a phenomenal match. What I loved, so it wasn't all perfect. There was a few miscommunications and maybe Naito botched a few moves, but what I like is it worked, because Jeff Cobb is a big man, and even as someone as good as Naito, it was going to be hard to get every move perfect, especially with the amount of energy he would have to exert for each move, compared to if he was maybe wrestling a junior heavyweight or someone much lighter. Again, their styles, while on the surface Naito and Cobb are so different, was a little bit more similar, because if you think about it, they are both fast, they are both strong and very athletic. So we saw some moves that you wouldn't expect, and what I loved is that you could see the passion. While Naito is known to take the mick most of the time, you could tell he knew that this was his ticket to Wrestle Kingdom. And in the end, there was millions of people, and most of them in the arena and around the world. So I guess basically everyone sighed a breath of relief that Naito got the pin with Destino and has kept his contract. Now, Shane Haste didn't come out, so this is his only real defense of the contract. So he will be main eventing Wrestle Kingdom. But I still think, like Okan, Jeff Cobb needs that big win to keep the legacy of the Empire going, but also to push him further than just the guy who puts on good matches. So we had 3 amazing matches, which was only surpassed by maybe a match of the year candidate. I don't know. I would put it there. It was the IWGP UK title, so Will Ospreay defending it against Yota Tsuji after he got the win in the G1 in a tag match. Oh my god. So we've known Suji has been impressing time after time. He is very big and strong, but with his hybrid excursion to the UK and CMLL, he has got a luchador inside him. We saw it as a young lion. And that means that he's a lot more similar to Ospreay, because yes, Ospreay started as a junior heavyweight and now a heavyweight, but he has still retained a lot of that junior offense, which meant that this was the fastest, the most dynamic match I've seen in a long time. There was no missteps. Everything each man did was done with perfect precision. They were flying over the ropes, they were hitting Hurricane Ranas, monkey wall flip kicks. I think there was probably like a moonsault at some point, off the top rope, outside. You like at one point when Ospreay jumped over the barrier into the nearly into the crowd and then did a forearm. I don't think I've got enough words to say just how good this match was. And what I love is that Suji had this personality. So towards the end, you could see Ospreay was giving everything he had. And even, I think, a semi-hidden blade, Suji got up and he was smiling. This signature smile that has become so known to our Yota, our LIJ Yota, until Ospreay hit him again. So it was almost like that adrenaline that Suji got up with this smile, just then to get hit, and the realization that his body was collapsing on him. So in the end, it was quite funny. So in the end, we had Suji trying a Stormbreaker, Ospreay trying a Gene Blaster. Obviously, Ospreay got the hidden blade and a Stormbreaker for the win. And he gave a sign of respect. So he, I think semi-raised Suji's hand and said to him, he is amazing. He is the future of the company. So yeah, that was phenomenal. Then, obviously, I had a Royal Quest, which I will be at. Zack Sabre Jr. came out. The two of them got a really nice promo in Japanese. So obviously, Zack's Japanese we have known recently is phenomenal. Ospreay's also been flexing his Japanese skills. So I love the fact that I could understand everything they were saying before Chris translated. So yeah, my Japanese lessons are working. But yeah, it was really nice. They had a really nice communication and stuff like that. And then at the end, as Zack was going out, they had the moment of tenseness. So they started fighting, and then Ospreay called him a bellend, which, you know what, that's how it ends. But it was a phenomenal way to end a show that was basically, especially the latter matches, almost perfect apart from the House of Torture match. A great show. Obviously, we've got Destruction, I think, in Beppu, or another Destruction show coming up. And so we have some more title matches, including Evil vs. Sanada. I think the juniors will probably be shining there. But overall, I think it was a good match. The tag matches had some good warm-ups. Most of the title matches and special singles matches were really good. So yeah, well done, Japan. We've really managed to showcase that the present of New Japan is strong with guys like Ospreay, Zack, Shingo, Okan, things like that. But also the future is really bright with people like Suji. So I didn't want this video to be too long. At first, I didn't know if I would get it done, but I'm here. Let me know in the comments or at social media at wrestling_chat what you thought of this show. Now, going forward, it's cemented Naito's ticket to Wrestle Kingdom. We've got a match for Royal Quest there. We've made this Evil vs. Sanada match a bit more interesting, and there's going to be a lot of questions over just 5 guys or just 4 guys. So what did you think? Let me know your favourite matches, your thoughts on that King of Pro Wrestling match, and also the really good title matches. Who do you think is next to challenge for the tag titles? What is next for Okan and Shingo? Let me know in the comments on Twitter. While you're there, make sure to hit like, share it with your friends, and hit subscribe. Like I said, there are some big shows coming up. Royal Quest is in less than a month, so I will be vlogging from there. So make sure to subscribe so you're the first people to know when a video comes out. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the show, minus that King of Pro Wrestling match. And I will see you guys soon. Bye!